Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Friday edition of the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase out in the woods. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Excellent. It's my last weekend out in the woods, and at the end of next week, travel will begin. So I'm back to my travel schedule. Oh, all over the place. I'll be in Minnesota, Vegas, Colorado, and then Latin America.
Oh. Sounds like a good life to me, my friend. All right, let's go straight to the charts. It's going to be a nice, short, sharp show to end the week with. I'll go first, as I tend to do. Did that come on? You can see my screen. It's on.
Yep, you good?
You good?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Yep. Starting on the weekly time frame, and I'll work my way down. The week has had some interesting positive movements, and on the daily time frame particularly, and 4 hour, you've seen some chances to have a little rally and a breakout. It's had some green lights, but looking at the weekly, there's nothing for me to get excited about. The wave is red. We've had the rally that we've had failed to even retest the 7 simple moving average, and I can absolutely see this week ending as a red candle. I'm not in the mood to be buying short-term Bitcoin right now. I'm just not. I don't think the buy's there. I think that there's still further downside. Now, I'm happy to be wrong about that. I'm the happiest person in the world to be wrong by that, but it's still in that vicinity of me not giving a shit about Bitcoin in short-term trades, swing trades. Daily time frame, you can see that very, very clearly. There was a fantastic MRI. There was a nice, what looked like a green star candle. We came back down, retested the 7, and on the 4 hour, you can see this very clearly. That throwback to the 7 simple moving average. You know, if it was green, I would have been all over this because that's a higher low. You know, we put the low in, MRI buy. We had a bit of pop, throwback down to the 7 simple. The higher low. That's a buy for me on all times when the wave is green. But having the wave red, it looked like that was what was happening, but we once again for the 30 simple moving average and got sharply off it. I still see this, unfortunately, as every rise is going to get to like the 30, 50 simple moving on the daily and get rejected. It's higher lows all the way down until it ain't. For me, I'm not excited about Bitcoin this week under 116. I don't think there's any buy on Bitcoin. I just don't see it. I haven't been convinced, and I'll just reiterate the fact that I'm more than happy to be wrong, but I don't see it right now. 4 hour. God, I hope I'm not lagging. I clicked the button and it didn't even come up. All right. This is what I was doing on the higher time frames. I've had good rallies that got rejected, and we've just had one right now that got to perfectly onto the MRI support and resistance zone, and that's really, I think I could be convinced on a short-term buy on Bitcoin. No, I'll tell you right now, I'd be interested in a short-term buy against Bitcoin once we can clear the MRI support and resistance at 113. The 4 hour looks very clear. But the rejection from the support and resistance to crash back down to retouch on the 50 and the 30, the cluster of all the moving averages, hasn't got me excited. I wouldn't, for example, be interested in a buy right here just because it's a higher low, higher low. That looks like a bearish structure to me. I'm not interested in Bitcoin right now for short-term trades. That's what I'm saying on Bitcoin right now. Hey, go over and sign up for BitGet. We got a fantastic sign-up bonuses. You know the drill. This is the best non-KYC exchange out there. I love all the other exchanges we work with, but Blowfin for me, even though I just said BitGet, Blowfin for me is the one if you're in jurisdictions that really require KYC. I don't see any reason why you can't jump over there and have a really good experience with them. I've had nothing but good experiences with them. Hey, just why I've got you, and I'm coming off screen share, Tone. Guys, like and subscribe. Why are you not in the Discord group? Our Discord group is fire. Last night I was out drinking with a Baloo who, if you're in the Discord group, you know him very well. My partner over at Black Box had a fantastic time. It's a friendship group as much as it is a trading group, and we do a lot of great trades in there as well. I posted all of those shitcoin shorts that I took on. I'm in all of those trades, and I'll update in the Discord anytime I close those positions, but I'm still short on all of them. The only place to find it is in a free Discord group. Links in the description below. Tone! Happy Friday, mate. What are you seeing? I didn't see nothing that made me excited. Are you seeing anything?
I actually was excited this morning when I was watching Bitcoin break 113, and then I fired up my smoker. There it is. You guys see in the little window at the bottom. I was working on that, did a little workout this morning. I'm back to working out, something I haven't done in about 5 or 6 years since the pandemic. And then we start setting up for the show. And all of a sudden, I see the price at 110, and I'm like, well, that's got to be a bug. Is my internet on? And we crashed. And then I had to, right before the show started, I went and took a look. Well, let's see at what time we crashed. Matt, you want to take a wild guess when the crash began?
Oh, the 10 a.m. reversal.
10 a.m. reversal.
Perhaps.
Exactly. Here's the 10-minute chart. Here is our market open. It's a volatile 10-minute candle. We had a little up candle for 10 minutes. We had a reversal candle at 950. And at 10 a.m., shit hits the fan. And Bitcoin drops $3,000. Now, what I haven't looked at yet is what did the S&P 500 do at 10 a.m.? Here is a 5-minute chart of the S&P. And you can see that we rallied right at the open. Here is our 945 candle. Here is our 950 candle. And the 955 candle is already opening at new lows. This is within the 10 a.m. reversal. Remember, guys, 10 a.m. reversal is from 950 to 10:15. That is my window for the 10 a.m. reversal. And this was an absolute monster. If I was trading it the way I used to trade it with my futures markets, I would be entering on this 955 candle, and I would be riding this thing all the way down. It went down for 60 points. This, if this had happened back in 2016, 17, when I would have been trading, this would have actually been the greatest trading day of my life, because back then it would never fall 60 points in a random day. The markets just weren't this volatile back then. The S&P was like $2,000, not $6,000. So there's no way I would ever make this kind of money back then, and I was still able to make a living. This would have been absolutely incredible. So this completely explains the Bitcoin crash as well. And it is kind of strange. I don't really know what could have happened at 10 a.m. So let's take a look at Finwiz. Let's see what happened. We had the payroll and the unemployment rate, which I was expecting. Let me see how that came in. The unemployment rate came in at 4.3%. I don't really believe that. And the payroll came in low. Wow, very low. Look at the numbers. 90 expected, came in 38. So unemployment came in very weak. So the question is, if unemployment came in weak, why would the stock market rise first thing in the morning? And the answer to that is, if the unemployment's weak, the Fed has to lower the rate to improve unemployment, which is a stupid mandate, but it is a Fed's mandate. And therefore, the markets are very bullish early on that the Fed will now have to step in, and they absolutely must lower the interest rate. But then around 10 a.m., reality kicks in that, yes, the Fed's going to lower the rate, which may juice up the stock market. But at the end of the day, unemployment is terrible, and that can't possibly be good for the economy. So even though the stock market got a little juice in the morning by 10 a.m. after information got processed, it was a big sell event on the bad job numbers. So this makes sense. The low should be in. Let's see if we can rally from here on out. So now let's go back to Bitcoin. Monthly chart is not interesting at all. We have to wait at least a week or two before commenting. The weekly chart, if the candle closes like this, it's a very weak chart. You want to avoid a negative tone-based volume. The EXA should be rounding out in the near future. Sorry about that, guys. And but we still have plenty of room to the downside. And it's a big week. I'm going to lean bearish on the weekly scale here. But if we can rally and close this week above 13,000, I'll be bullish going into next week. But this drop at 10 a.m. is very, very disappointing. We could have closed today beautifully. All we have to do is close above 112.5, and we broke the moving average. But you can see that we got rejected by the moving average and the horizontal support, and we were breaking it this morning. I was hoping that, hey, maybe we'll make it to the next level of resistance at 115. But so far, we're still in a little bit of a bull run from the MRI buy. And as long as we're holding the 128-day moving average, the snowball was rolling nicely, to continue my analogy, this entire week. Snowball was rolling nicely, and it kind of hit a little bit of a wall. It can get rolling again, but this weekend, as long as the price stays between the moving averages, there's definitely not going to be a show. But if the price is breaking out or breaking down, if we're breaking down hard below 128 or breaking up strong above 112.5, there could be a show this weekend. Just a heads up. That's all I really have to say. There's really not much else right now. On a short-term scale, on a 10-minute scale, if I was in a trading contest, what would I do? This is actually very simple. I would have a horizontal. I would draw a nice little horizontal channel right here. The upper end of that channel is 111. The lower end of that channel is 110.7. If we break above that channel, I'm going long. If we break below that channel, I'm going short. This is a short-term trade for anyone curious what I would be doing if I was bored this afternoon and wanted to put on a leverage trade. Someone is asking for the gold-silver ratio. I haven't pulled up the ratio in a while. Let's do it next week. Let's wait for this week to end. The Bitcoin to shitcoin ratio, Bitcoin is still rising. We are on a weekly MRI buy, so that's good. I can glance at the gold is breaking out, new all-time high. Beautiful. Silver probably doing the same. Yes, excellent as well. We will take a look at the gold-silver ratio next time. Oil has not been interesting at all. And the S&P looks like it wants to break down, so Bitcoin should probably do the same. On that note, let's call it a day. Anything else we need to cover? I don't think so.
No, I think
Max
very,
Payne.
very crucial. Yeah.
We're right at Max Payne.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Bitcoin shouldn't move anywhere going forward at this point.
All right.
Let me end screen share and close this out.
I hope everybody watching and those who watch later have a wonderful weekend. Take a break from Bitcoin. I don't think there's anything spectacular happening over this weekend. I think there's a few false rallies coming in. With that wave red, I always have the mindset that I'm not bullish. I need to be proven bullish. And when the wave's green, I look to buy all these dips, but I'm just not in that mood right now. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you the same time Monday. But if we do get above 113 or we do crash below 110, I think that there's a possibility for a show this weekend anytime.
All right.